Hi, boys and girls. The goal of this video is for me to explain to you how to find the greatest common factor and the least common multiple by using the grid method. Some of you were absent and some of you didn't get enough practice. So I'm hoping this video will shed that light and have it all make sense to you. So I set up first of all, GCF is greatest common factor, least common multiple is LCM. And you can find additional information on page 54 in your journal and page 58 in your journal. So we're going to take the two numbers, 36 and 48. I have my grid set up like the tic-tac-toe board. And you want to find a factor that will go into 36 and 48. And of course, if you use your divisibility rules, I know right away that these are both even numbers. You can try any number you want, but I'm going to try 2. And 2 goes into 36 18 times. You may have to use a calculator to solve that. 2 goes into 48 24 times. In my divisibility rules, I know that if I can divide both of these by 3, because 1 plus 8 is 9, 3 can go to 9. 2 plus 4 is 6. 3 can go into 6. So I'm going to divide this by 3. So 3 is going to be a factor. 18 divided by 3 is 6. 24 divided by 3 is 8. Well, I can keep going. These are not relatively prime numbers, so I'm going to extend my box, and I'm going to divide both by 2, and I get 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So now I have relatively prime numbers, which 1 is the only factor that can go into both of those. So once I find my relatively prime numbers here at the bottom, can't divide anything else into it, this first column, if I multiply all these numbers together, they become my greatest common factor. So I have 2 times 3 is 6, times 2 is 12. My greatest common factor is 12. To find my least common multiple, I already did all the work, but what I need to do is include the bottom rows, the relatively prime numbers, and multiply them along with the 2 and 3 and the 2. So I would take 4 times 3 times 2 times 3 times 2. Multiply them all together, and I have 12 times 12, and this will be 144. So that one's solved. So I'll go ahead and go through the next ones. You can see I'm going to set up 20 and 12. They're both divisible by 2. They're even numbers. I get 20 divided by 2 is 10. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Even numbers again. I get 5 and I get 3. These are relatively prime. The only number they have in common is 1. Circle the first column. 2 times 2 is 4. It's my greatest common factor. Include the bottom row. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 5 is 20. 20 times 3 is 60. That is my least common multiple. The last one, 17 and 21. Now, there is no number other than 1 for 17 and 21 because 17 is a prime number. It's only 1 and 17, and I know it cannot go into 21. So right away, my greatest common factor is going to be 1. I'm going to multiply all of these together to get my least common multiple, and I'm going to use a calculator to save some time. 357. That's how you find greatest common factor, least common multiple. When you have word problems that you need to solve, take a look at your two numbers. Are you putting them in groups? Are you finding the smallest number? If you're not sure how to do it, solve for both. Look at the answers and which answer makes the most sense. Good luck, and email me if you do have any other questions.